Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is a album reaction. So Nathan and I, we do these every now and every now and then people from our Patreon will actually pay for, indeedly so, they pay for every single song on an album, and we're going to react to every single song on the album. And
I'm just laughing at indeedly.
indeedly so. This was from a lovely lady gal named Emily. So Emily, thank you so much. I guess Emily saw our reaction to the one song we did, the Black Parade, I believe it was called. I think that was the song we did with the main title track. I think was the music video. So for this album reaction, we are going to do it old school. When we do album reactions, we don't watch the music videos. We kind of go in blind with the album. We don't have too much information. I got a couple little notes that I can read, but they're just basic, Wikipedia stuff, just so we're not totally blind about the album. But we're going to listen to the album. We're going to read along with the lyrics and give our thoughts on each song. And I believe, Nathan, this is probably, if I were to guess, this is probably a concept album. Came out in 2006. The Black Parade, I think it might have been their third album.
Okay.
Here's the first write-up. So I won't do this with every song, but I'll do this, I won't do this. Yeah, let me say this again. I'm going to give a little bit of a reading between songs. So I've got like 4 or 5 readings. Okay, this is part one of our album reaction. Okay. The Black Parade is My Chemical Romance's third studio album, released in October 2006 in Europe and the United States through Reprise Records, produced by the band alongside Rob Cavallo, who has worked with the Goo Goo Dolls and Green Day. The album is a rock opera and concept album centered around a character known as the Patient, who is dying of cancer. All right. So the narrative explores his death, experiences in the afterlife, and reflections on his life. Okay, so there you go. There's some good background there. So it is definitely a concept album in the vein of rock opera. Kind of like a Meatloaf album, maybe. All right. What do I know?
I just want to see you do rock opera every time.
Okay, well, that won't happen. Okay, here we go, Nathan. The first song is called, well, The End.
This is the end. Oh.
Now come on, come all to this tragic affair. Wipe off that makeup, what's in is despair. So throw on the black dress, mix in with the lot. You might wake up and notice you're someone you're not. If you look in the mirror and don't like what you see, you can find out firsthand what it's like to be me. So gather round, piggies, and kiss this goodbye. I'd encourage your smiles, I'll expect you won't cry. Another contusion, my funeral jag. Here's my resignation, I'll serve it in drag. You've got front row seats to the penitent's bar. When I grow up, I want to be living I see.
Yeah, okay. So that is the intro.
Mm.
Like the intro song. Setting the mood, setting the tone. You're definitely going to feel right away. That's that opera Queen inspired. It goes without saying. We don't have to say it with every song. I suspect that's probably the vein throughout the album. It's kind of Queen inspired. The background gang chorus of vocals, the piano, the changing, and the tempo. It's a very Broadway-esque. I mean, look at the character on the front of the album there. It's very that Broadway-esque type performance here.
It's not as rock opera as I guess I was thinking it was going to be. I anticipated maybe a little more meatloafy kind of sound. And you can hear the Queen, but I don't know if it's like prominent. I think it's more rock, I guess. It just sounds more like good old rock to me. But I think you're right. I think we're going to hear a lot more of those echoes of Queen and things that we've heard before. But it sounds very fresh to me. Like they're not, in my opinion, not ripping off anyone specifically.
No,
just
inspired.
Yeah,
Inspiration.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, Nathan, the album was well received by critics and marked a significant achievement for the band, securing their first #1 single in the UK with "Welcome to the Black Parade." That's the song we did react to, the video. So it's gonna be kind of interesting, I think, just to listen to the song with all the video coming up later. It debuted at #2 on the Billboard 200 and the UK album charts. It has been certified triple platinum in the US by the RIAA and in the UK by the BPI, with additional gold certifications in Argentina and Chile. Okay. All right, so the next song is called "Dead." So I guess we heard the flatlining of the ding, that flatlining sound. So I guess the patient, they're now dead. I guess they're dead right away.
They did the end, and now they're dead.
Now they're dead. They're dead. Patient's dead.
They're dead.
And if your heart stops beating, I'll be here wondering, did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take the sound. You heard the news that you're dead. No one ever had much nice to say. I think that I liked you anyway. You take me from the hospital bed. One never granted exactly what you planned, and one never great if we were dead. I'm dead. Tongue-tied and oh so squeamish. You never fell in love. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life, and if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. You get what you deserve. The ending of your life won't wait, then your heart can't take it down. You heard the news that you're dead. No one ever had much nice to say. I think I never liked you anyway. You take me from the hospital bed. One never granted take a pistol by the hand, and one never great if we were dead. And in my honest observation, serrated operation found a complication in your heart so loud. 'Cause now you got maybe just 2 weeks to live.
Yeah.
Dead.
All right. That's what they said.
Yeah, dead. Are you have the lyrics up on yours, or do you have the lyrics up?
I don't. I probably should, because you're recording on your end, and Yeah, I could probably just.
Feel free to put up the lyrics. I would recommend it, Nathan, for the next for the rest of the album. Put up the lyrics. I think it's going to help you.
Okay.
Because it's a concept album, so I need your help. You're the lyric guy, so don't rely on me for all the lyrics. But go ahead. That's what you're going to say there.
Okay. That was a great song. Like, to me, that was again what I was saying in the last one. This is a lot more rock, a lot more just rock, and I don't know. I didn't anticipate that like solo right out of the gate. And throughout, I can't remember what that's called. Somebody told me what that was a little while back. Where they play guitar and it sounds like they're playing like two strings at the same, like soloing two strings. I don't even know what that's called, but there's a way that the sound, a particular solo sound that you hear occasionally in different, especially 80s and 90s rock. And that sounded like that to me. It had a little bit of that 90s rock reminiscence, late 80s, early 90s rock. I don't know. I really like that song. I thought if this is what we're in for, then this is a lot more. It's a lot better than I thought this was going to be. And I told you a little bit offline before we started. I have a little bit of a bias going into this as a band. Only because, I used to be a teacher, blah, blah, blah. I used to have students that, and I had one student that was very much like a big fan of this. And I was like, oh, let me have a listen. And I can't remember the circumstances. I don't know why. It just didn't strike me at the time. And now I'm listening to it obviously a lot later. And it's I don't know, I'm enjoying the sound. I didn't think I would like it this much. So.
Well, I'm glad. Very happy to hear that. I am enjoying as much as I thought. I came in with high hopes. I mean, I know the album's well received. It's in the vein of music that I quite enjoyed, this emo, metal, or rock opera type sounds. I've heard a few albums like this with other bands. I haven't heard this album, and I have not heard this band. I know of their existence, of course, but I've never heard their music other than the one video we watched. So I'm excited. I guess I came in with this, hopeful and excited. So I'm not necessarily not surprised. I was expecting a good record. Like the critics and audiences seem to really enjoy this album, and it's a vein of music that I easily enjoy. So I was very hopeful, and it's hitting all the marks for me. The guitar solo sounded great, and I love you're talking about the dual guitar, so it's almost like three guitars that I heard in my ears, because I heard the one original guitar solo started, and then a separate one came in behind it, but I felt like I almost heard it going back and forth in 2 years. But yeah, great guitar work, great chorus and singing. I love. There's some horns. Did you catch the horns in that one?
Yeah, yep. It was a little bit later, but yeah, I picked up on that and thought that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Now, the next thing I'll read to you, Nathan, a little bit of background here. The Black Parade features 4 singles. We haven't heard any of the singles yet. Welcome to the Black Parade, the one song we reacted to. Famous Last Words, I Don't Love You, and Teenagers. So we might hit some of those on our part 1 of the album reaction. The album's promotion included the Black Parade World Tour, which began in February of 2007, and it was the band's most extensive tour covering North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Latin America, so pretty much the whole world. Okay, the next song is called This Is How I Disappear. There you go. And Nathan, do you have the lyrics up ready to go for yourself this time?
I am just trying to get those up right now.
Okay, and I'll hit play, and you'll get them.
Is there an easy way to do this with iTunes, or should I just go look them up? I should just look them up separately.
Yeah, I would just Google each one and just hit lyrics. It'll pop up on Google's for you. Unfortunately, I can't because I'm recording on my end. I got to keep everything nice and pretty.
I get it. Yeah.
Nice and pretty.
Sorry, this is all going to get chopped up, I think.
No, I'm just going to hit play. You'll just join us.
Okay, go for it.
This Is How I Disappear. Third song from the album. Here we go. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you start this one. I'll do the next one.
Okay. I mean, this was a rocking song. The guitar work, I love this guitar with this. I love that sound. The guitar work was amazing in this song. Power-driven song. I also want to say, I was like, the guy's vocals reminds me of another band that we did. We actually did a whole one of their albums. It's the same styling of vocals. Almost, I wouldn't say it sounds like the same singer, but because I know it's two different singers, but the same styling of vocal, and they almost sound the same-ish, which isn't a bad thing. But they have a unique high vocal range. I forget the name. It started with Cambria or something, or remember we did their whole album called like Number 4 or something like that. Of course, my Google's not working on my phone. It's frozen out. Of course. Anyways. Do you remember what I'm talking about there? The Cambria?
Oh, Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, Coheed and Cambria. Thank you.
Yeah.
Same vocal styling. And almost the same type of rock and roll. So it's almost like, again, if you were to have My Chemical Romance and Coheed Cambria play at the same venue, like at a tour, they were touring together, I would suspect you would have some Venn diagram overlapping of fans with the music. At least I would be. I would be a fan of both types of music. So, great rock and song. I loved it. Power song, just goes right through, does not let go.
Yeah, it checks all those boxes for sure. I do find the music very, very catchy, very listenable. I in the middle of listening to this one, this is where like the whole flush of I'm remembering all the context of when I last was interacting with this student years ago. And I remember what the context was, so I'm going to keep that kind of off to the side so that I don't get distracted by that. Okay. So I'm ambivalent when it comes. I know you're a big fan of emo rock. I'm ambivalent. I used to really like it, and I've actually taken time in my own life to distance myself from it. Only because I find it's an easy listen, but it also becomes a little bit easy to. I think I've mentioned this before on our channel where I struggle with depression, and it's a pretty easy thing for people suffering from depression to kind of have lyrics kind of stroke that depression and make you feel more like, yes, life sucks. Everything's falling apart. So I've in my own life, I've kind of distanced myself from that kind of music on purpose. So as I'm saying, I'm really trying to be objective about the music so that I just talk about the music. I think music's great. I think it's really, like I say, very easy to listen, very crafted well. It checks every box as far as great rock and roll goes. Right, it really does. So that, like you were saying, the jigga 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 jigga, like in the middle of the right before the chorus, I could tell that was like, oh, that I really like that sound. So, that's all I have to say about that.
Nathan, the album. Just got a fun little trivia here. We already listened to the song, but the song "Dead" was featured in Guitar Hero 2. So there you go. And then additionally, 3 other tracks were also made available for that game's downloadable content. I played Rock Band on my PlayStation with the family. Oh, yeah. We had a great time. Many great hours and memories playing Rock Band. Fun stuff. Okay, the next song is called "The Sharpest Lives," song number 4.
Well, it rains and it pours when you're out on your own. If I crash on the couch, can I sleep in my clothes? 'Cause I spent the night dancing, I'm drunk, I suppose. If it looks like I'm laughing, I'm really just asking to leave. This alone, you're in time for the show. You're the one that I need, I'm the one that you loathe. You can watch me corrode like a beast in repose. 'Cause I love all the poison away with the boys in the band. I've ran a band, caught a band around that shows. So why don't you blow me? What you spit my street? I'll give you a shot to remember. And you can take off a place in the dark where the animals go. You can take off your skin in the cannibal glow. Juliet loves a beat and the lust it commands. Drop the dagger and lather the blood on your hands. Romeo, I've really been on a bender and it shows. So why don't you blow me? Or kiss me fashion goes. Give me a shot to remember. And you can take all the pain away from me. You kiss it, I will surrender. The sharpest lies are the deadliest to lead. And let it burn all the empires. So bright the sun is the shade to rise and be in love with all of these vampires. So you can leave like the saint abandon me. Shot to remember. And you can take all the pain away from me. You kiss it, I will surrender. The sharpest lies are the deadliest to lead. Let it burn out the embers. So bright the sun is the shade to rise and be in love with all of these vampires. So you can leave like the saint abandon me.
No, just fades out there. So Ryan, it seemed like you were singing along with the music. Do you want to remind our viewers what's actually going on there?
Because I know this album. I'm pretending. I have the lyrics in front of me. Yes, Nathan. And the people will see the lyrics when they watch the video because I have it. It's been.
Oh, I wasn't making fun of you. I just wanted to nip that in the bud. That's all. Good song. I don't know. I really like that song. There was a couple of those little arpeggios, is what those are called. The that sounded. Yes, there's where the like rock opera kind of comes in. But it's still not. I would argue it's still not really too far into that genre to be kind of like, oh, this is rock opera. It's a lot more of the rock, emo rock sound that I think is what they're more famous for. Yeah, really, I like the chorus. I like the way that kind of led into, one another, the bridges. I just wanted to mention the lyrics for a moment though.
Yeah. I got them up tier 2 so I can show the audience as you talk about it here.
Well, you were singing along, so of course you had them up.
Why do you keep doing? Yes, I've mentioned on a few videos in the past that I'm singing along because I have the lyrics in front of me. But I'm telling you, they can see the lyrics now. It's in front of their eyes.
I just like watching this little thing that you just do every time I say it. Okay, it's the same as watching when your wife tickles you or pulls your pants down when you're having a conversation. Anyway.
What lyric did you like?
This is a lot of fun. There's a place in the dark where the animals go. You can take off your skin in the cannibal glow.
That was the one I liked.
Juliet loves the beat and the lust it commands. Drop the dagger and lather the blood in your hands, Romeo.
I don't know what that means, but I like the way it sounds.
Well, it's obviously there's a reference to Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
The darkness of that and how like. Yeah, I mean, everyone references Romeo and Juliet incorrectly, and this is no exception. Because yeah, I always, sorry, I'm such a English nerd. I hate it when I see this stuff. I just wanted to point out that Romeo and Juliet's not about love. There, people that want to like make it about love, go ahead. It's not about love.
Great song. I think this is.
Just let me finish.
Oh, I thought you were done.
I just wanted to say yeah, and I was sort of, but like my point there was, it's intelligent lyrics. So they're despite that miss, which everyone misses anyways. I would say this song has clever lyrics. It has very, they're not just rhyming for the sake of rhyming. There's a few bands that we've listened to where I feel like they're just pulling rhymes out to make it go together, and I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. This has a lot more meaning behind the lyrics. I think there's a lot of stuff going on there that you can analyze the lyrics and find a lot more from just, looking through them. That last one is no exception. Like, what does that mean? You can take off your skin in the cannibal glow, right? There's a place in the dark where animals go. It feels almost like they're saying, like you can be your most animalistic self and give in to your desires and do all the things that nobody wants to see and be like Romeo and Juliet and just have a rip snorting affectionate romance, if you want, but then it's analyzable. I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's smart. There, I'm done. There you go.
That's good. Very well said, Nathan. That's very good. This is why Emily wants us to react and respond to these songs. I don't think she just wants to say, good song, next song, good song, next song, good song, next song. We try to say things that speak to us. These lyrics, I'm just, as you were talking, I was reading over them. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. I'm dumb. It's very poetic. That's the thing. It's very poetic. I mean, there's a lot of allegory, metaphors. Who knows? We could surmise what he might be saying. We could very well be wrong, because he could be saying, well, that's a very interesting take, but I meant this, because some lines are very straightforward. Like the first line says, it rains and it pours when you're out on your own. If I crash on the couch, can I sleep in my clothes? Okay. All right. Fine. Because I spent the night dancing. I'm drunk, I suppose. If it looks like I'm laughing, I'm really just asking to leave. And now it starts getting into these weird lyrics. I'm not quite understanding what he's getting to, which I like. He starts talking about things that seem a little bit more like as it progresses. There's talks of vampires. There's talks, but the chorus is, the sharpest lives, that's the name of the song, are the deadliest to lead. And I just like that line, that the sharpest lives are the deadliest to lead. I would assume maybe to live is what he meant by to lead. So to be sharp out there is the deadliest way to be. All right, cool. Very, very cool lyrics. Great song. So for me, the music was awesome. I love the guitar work in the song, the driving rhythm. I love the way it intros and outros kind of the same sound, but then it has a at the end as the song comes to a close. Yeah, this is probably my favorite of the 4 songs. I think this is my favorite of the 4 so far.
Okay.
So the next track is one of the singles, of course, the one that we've already reacted to, a very famous song from the band, of course. We enjoyed it. But now, Nathan, let's see if we can focus on the lyrics. We saw the music video, and I admit during the music video, we said before, it's very beautifully shot, black and white, cool imagery, and it's a great song. But, of course, I don't think you and I didn't listen to the lyrics. I don't think we quite caught the lyrics, maybe, and especially with the idea of the patient dying and stuff. So let's see if we can catch any of that during this listen. Okay.
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade.
Drum rolls.
All right. So, I mean, that really is. I mean, it's a single. I get it and all this stuff. And I hate giving singles more credit than they deserve sometimes. But that's a song that's just a very good song. It's a very, very good song. There's a reason why it's a very good song. The production, this is where the rock opera comes in. And I think this album, like on iTunes, it actually just calls this album alternative, which could mean a variety of different things. But I think this album has a bit of everything. I think that's the thing. It has the rock and roll, it has the hard rock, it has the rock opera, it has the emo, it has all of that. But this song is legit. It for me, it hits all of my easy to please music nerves. I don't know how to describe it. The chorus, the anthem singing, which I just freaking love anthem singing, the build up, and I just love that. And you can almost see this chorus of people. You can almost see this on a stage. I think we might have mentioned this with the original video. I can't remember. But you can see this being played out. You can almost see the characters and the whole, like, everyone singing and the trumpets playing, the guitar. Like, you can see this stage production. I don't know if this is turned into a play, this actual album. I know they've done it with Green Day, actually. Green Day had some Broadway time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I can see why with American Idiot and 21 Century or 20, whatever the other one was called, 21st Century. But great albums in their own right. It's very back-to-back kind of rock opera type albums. And this is the same time period too, so I think that was kind of the flavor in the air, and this band did a great job with this sound. This the lyrics at the beginning, I just like the story. I mean, I gotta bring up the lyrics here 1 second. Unfortunately, I can't pause the song with the lyrics up. It's kind of weird. It's a weird thing that iTunes does.
That's okay.
I have it here. I have it. So I just like when the father's talking to his young boy. I just like that part where it's kind of slow before the building up. You know, will you carry on? But just the whole idea says he said, "Son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned?" He said, "Will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers? The plans that they've made, because one day I'll leave you, a phantom, to lead you in the summer to join the black parade." So the idea that the father, of course, will die before the son, but then he'll be there waiting for him afterwards. And just, I don't know, I just love this this whole song, the message, and of course the music itself is just beautiful and rocking at the same time.
I suspect the reason why this one both, well, I know why it was released as Signal makes sense, but I suspect why it became popular and why people really gravitated towards it is, I don't know if people necessarily needed to read the lyrics to feel the emotion from the song. I say that because I'm looking at the chorus itself is the part that catches your attention, right? We'll carry on, and though you're broken and defeated, you know, we'll just keep going. It could speak to a lot of things, not just loss, like someone that's died, because that does seem to be what it is specifically about. It's like, despite the fact that all these awful things have happened and you've now passed on, but your memory will carry on, we'll carry on, you'll carry on. Like that keeps getting repeated. But the chorus, I think, is what's going to catch people and go, I can just, you know, we'll just carry on. We'll keep on going. And you don't need to even know what the song is about, and you'll get it from the chorus. So that's why I think this one probably checked boxes for more than just, you know, rock opera enthusiasts or My Chemical Romance enthusiasts. I think it got a lot more attention from that, and rightly so, because like you say, it's a great song all around. It really does do what a good catchy song should do.
All right, awesome. Nathan, last little note
That
here.
is me.
In 2016, to celebrate the 10th anniversary of its release, the album was reissued as the Black Parade / Living with Ghosts album. As of 2016, the Black Parade has sold 3 million copies in the U.S. and 4 million worldwide. Rolling Stone ranked it number 361 in its 2020 update of the 500 greatest albums of all time. And you think, oh, 500, that's a lot, but that's actually not very much considering how much albums are actually released in the world. There's thousands and thousands, tens of thousands. So that's pretty good to be in the top 500 albums of all time. So that's awesome. Okay. All right, Nathan, the next song is called I Don't Love You, but I Love You. I'm just saying that's the next song. It's called I Don't Love You. It, too, was a single, by the way. But I love you, Nathan. Okay, this, too, was a single.
I know, that's why I'm saying,
either way. When after all this time is you still love, you're still a god for nothing, I don't know. So take your gloves and get out, better get out while you can. Where you go, and would you even turn to say, hey, I don't love you like I did yesterday. Sometimes I cry so hard from pleading, so sick and tired of all the needless beating. But baby, when they knock you down and out, this is where you ought to stay. And after all the blood that you still owe, another time is just another blow. So fix your eyes and get up, better get up while you can. Where you go, and would you even turn to say, hey, I don't love you like I did yesterday. Well, come on, come on. When you go, would you have the guts to say, I don't love you like I loved you yesterday? Say, hey, hey, oh, I don't love you like I loved you yesterday. Say, hey, oh, I don't love you like I loved you yesterday.
You're gonna hate that I get to go first on this one.
Oh,
I can
boy.
tell.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I think it's just so bad. That's why I thought you were going to hate that you're so... Okay, go.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump to a conclusion and assume that you're gonna say something bad. Okay. This is your classic rock ballad. And I mean that, like, I didn't think we'd see one of these on this album, to be on. I didn't think we'd say things like, oh, this reminds me of like an Aerosmith or a Poison song, or something from the 90s. It feels very much like a throwback. And in the very beginning, I even thought a little bit even Smashing Pumpkins. It had a couple of sounds that it reminded me more of that sound from the 90s. And then when it got to the chorus and the way that those choruses played out, I was like, there's like White Lion in there. There's like a little bit of, I just felt like there's this like the nostalgic feeling of certain songs that we listened to when we were teenagers, when there was like a rock ballad on the song or on the album. And it was either one that we really enjoyed or one that we skipped. I'm curious to know from, fans of this, write this in the comments for us. Yeah. Is this a song that you skipped? And I'm not trying to say that it's a bad song. I'm not at all, because I actually really liked it. This is a song I'd actually listen to probably a couple times easily as a teenager. This would be the one, because I'd love the rock ballads. They were some of my favorite ones, but I know that there was like there was other albums that I would skip the rock ballads because they were so cheesy and I just couldn't stand them. This one I think, yeah, it would be the kind in 2006, if that was like when you went to high school, was this a song that you wanted to hear, at a high school dance, or you wanted to play for your significant other? I know that the message isn't necessarily as strong, like I'm in love with you, let's be in. It's more like I don't love you like I used to. Right. It's a little bit of a kind of an insult breakup song, but it still is relevant, and I'm curious to know that from fans of My Chemical Romance, if this was a song that you enjoyed it, because I thought it was great. I really did. It was fantastic.
All right, and for the record, I wasn't jumping to any conclusions. I just
I knew
I took information, my brain processed that information, and it just gave me what it gave me. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, jeez.
I thought you were going to crap on it but here's the thing. I'll tell you why I thought you were. So this is the conclusion that I concluded that was incorrect.
Okay.
Was because of all the things you said, but you liked it. So like you said all the things I was going to say, like it's almost cliche. It's in the middle of the album. We have this slow kind of song. It's placed in the middle of the album the way these songs are supposed to be placed. They got that slow song. And the lyrics are almost a little bit cliche in that sense. But the fact that you liked it, that's what threw me off. So I was like, because I too liked it, because I love these type of songs. And there are a couple, obviously, like from the bands that we grew up with, even Aerosmith and like Poison or whatever, like those glam bands, the rock bands, the hair bands that we listened to growing up. There's some soul songs that do tire after a while, and I do skip. But this has that perfect kind of beat and melody where I think it'd be a long time before I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this one. I really like the chorus. I like the singing. I like the background vocals are really nice in this. It's very very clean and nice background vocals. I love that it's a hard ballad, meaning like he's got that punchy drum still. It's almost like, do you slow dance this song, or do you kind of slow dance? Like, are you, that's kind of because you're kind of like moving a little bit, but you're not arm in arm. So it's that perfect level of intensity for that for like a hard rock ballad song.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you didn't mention this band, a band that I'm not that familiar with, but it reminded me of Collective Soul. It actually gave me that Collective Soul feeling.
For real?
Of a 90s version. I don't know, because all the other bands...
Okay. No, you're right. There's a couple of songs, actually, that might... Because I haven't even shown you yet.
And I don't know if I was this... Again, where my brain went to. I didn't want to jump to any conclusions, but that's where my brain went to. See, this...
Yeah.
But the point is, my brain actually, for some reason, had that. Now, maybe it's the wrong band, but that era of sound of that late '90s type alternative bands doing those type of songs, bands that I wouldn't necessarily would have been listening to, but they would have a song like this. So I guess Collective Soul came to my mind. But it's interesting you mentioned Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if you've seen the write up right there, but that's actually in the write up of this.
Oh, is it for real? Okay,
it's right there.
In the
it says there. They've done drama before. 2004's The Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, Helena especially, but this time they want to go big. The Wall big. Queen in the 70s big. Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy and The Infinite Sound is big. So they mentioned Smashing Pumpkins type big. So maybe not the sound so much as just that idea of that big type of sound. But that album
potentially influenced by them. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So interesting. Okay, for the last song for part one, because we're doing this in two parts, is House of Wolves. Not a single, but here we go. Maybe this is the end of part one or side A, or here we go.
Swing beat.
I know a thing about contrition, because I got enough to spare. And I'll be granting your permission, cause you haven't got a crack. Well, I said, hey, hallelujah, I wanna come on, sing the praise. I let the spirit come on through ya. We got innocence for days. Well, I think I'm on burning hell. Everybody burn a house right down and say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm an angel, take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man, kick me like a stray. Tell me I'm an angel, till like you never gave a care. So get the choir boys around you, it's a compliment, I swear. And I said, ashes to ashes, we all fall down. I wanna hear you sing the praise. I said, ashes to ashes, we all fall down. We got innocence for days. Well, I think I'm on a burning hell. Everybody burn a house right down and say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm not nature. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Gag me like a stray. Tell me I'm not nature. Take this to my grave. You better run like the devil, cause they're never gonna leave you alone. You better hide in the alley, cause they're never gonna find you a home. And as the blood runs down the walls, you see me creeping up these halls. I made a bad man, takes this to run another go. And I say what I wanna say. Tell me I'm not nature. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Gag me like a stray. Tell me I'm not nature. Take this to my grave. Tell me I'm a bad man. Tell me I'm a bad man. Tell me I'm a bad
Nelly.
Okay. That's the best song on the album. I'm just saying it right now. That's what
I love it. I just love it. Well, first I was supposed to me to go first because you went first on the slow song. Because you remember you said,
did I?
Because you remember
Shoot, you're right. I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
I guess I just jumped to a conclusion.
No, you're just wrong. No, you finish your thought. Finish your thought. You're going with it. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh no, I'll lead with that. That song on the album. Go.
Okay, I not surprised you said that. I kind of feel the same way. I mean, that had a lot going on in a very short amount of time. A lot of different sounds, blues, rock. I love. My only complaint, it's a good complaint, was at the end there. They were doing that outro with the chorus or the lines there. I'm a bad, bad man. Cool. I just wish they didn't sing over the guitar solo because I was trying to focus on that guitar.
Yeah.
That's one that I wanted just to hear that isolated sound a little bit. But repeat listenings, you'll get to hear it more. However, you probably didn't catch it, but there's two parts in the song, and this I don't want to because I really don't want to edit this. So we're doing good so far. We haven't had to edit anything. It's when they go to the part of the song where they say every. Oh, sorry. I think it's this part here where the line is, well, I think I'm going to burn in hell. Everybody burn the house right down. I think they say it again later. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to burn in hell. Everybody burn the house right. It's straight. It's a Kiss. It's Kiss. Detroit Rock City. I think it's the same melody.
Oh.
And, yeah. They must have done it on purpose because it's almost bang for bang. I think it's. I'm not a big Kiss fan. Like I just know a few of their songs fairly well. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, folks. People that are My Chemical Romance fans will know what I'm talking about. I don't have to replay the part, but it's that part twice because when it happened again, it sounded just like Detroit Rock City, and there's a part in the song sounds just like this part. I can't imagine they who write the music didn't know. It was just enough of a kind of a nod, which would make sense. It's
Sure.
kind of a song about hell. It's Kiss, and Kiss stands for what Knights in Satan's service is. That's kind of the joke. I don't know if it's ever official, but Kiss is always the demon.
I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, it's one of the because they wore the makeup and everything, and Gene Simmons and the devil, and stuff. So I don't know. I could be reading way too much into it, but I'd be very curious if other My Chemical Romance songs made that connection. Okay, your thoughts? No.
Well, I think I was safe to make these other connections. I'm glad you made that connection. I wouldn't have made that. And these next two connections, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have made. Well, maybe you would have. If I say it, let's see how you react. Maneskin,
Okay.
which we've done a handful of songs.
Yeah, but good call. Yeah.
I would say they have to be somewhat influenced by these guys. His voice is very similar
Okay.
to the lead singer for Maneskin. made me think of that. And then the other one is the White Stripes a little bit.
Okay.
And again, they're not a band I know much about, to be honest. I have like a handful of songs that come to mind. When it broke down to the where the instruments cut out and it was just him kind of riffing there, it had that feel. His voice had that raspiness of Måneskin, and then the drum beat kind of got made me think of White Stripes. Anyway, fantastic song. Like I say, my favorite song on the album so far. I really liked the overall feel, like you say, that solo there. I totally agree with your comment there about I'd love to hear more of that solo. I think the guitarist for this is like the unsung hero so far that we haven't really identified. He's phenomenal. Like he's got some chops, as they say.
This is a very easy listen. We've done album reactions in the past, not recently, but throughout our few years together as a channel, we've done a few album reactions where sometimes some songs or some parts of an album could be hard to get through. So far, this has been a very easy listen. This has not been difficult at all. This has been. I could have, had we had the time to, easily sat through another 7. I don't think I would have been quote unquote bored. But I like that we take a break. It's good for us to take a break to let it digest, let it marinate. So I'll be excited to do the second part at a later time. That way we're not, rushing through it or. So I like that we are breaking it up for that reason. But this has been a very easy, this has been a fun album, and I suspect the second half of the album will be just as good, Nathan. All right. Well, thanks everyone who joined us for part 1 of My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade. Until the next time.
See you part 2.